This morning on Today's Tech, backed by popular demand, some help smoothing over those social media quandaries. Randy Zuckerberg is the founder of Zuckerberg Media and editor-in-chief of Complicated. Randy, great to see you again. Welcome back.
Thanks. Great to see you. You posted a really great photo
Did
before
you think
this.
So?
I thought it was pretty, you nailed the selfie, I think.
We're going to show that in a second. I was pretty proud of myself. It was my first selfie. Before we get to that, though, some congratulations. You just signed a book deal. Going to come out with a couple of books.
Thank you. I did. It's actually a 2-book deal for an adult nonfiction book and a children's picture book, both about kind of balancing tech and non-tech in your life. It's called Complicated, and really excited.
A lot of people hear you're writing a book. They're going to want to know you're one of the first employees at Facebook. Is it about Facebook? And it's not?
It's, it'll have a few of my personal stories from Facebook, but definitely not a memoir, not a tell-all. I mean, I still have a lot that I want to accomplish in my life. I got to save the memoir. That's right, too early.
That comes a little bit down the road. All right, let's get into these digital etiquette questions because we've got some good ones, and we will start with the selfie. I took one earlier today because I wanted to get your take on it. I totally whiffed. I was holding it up too high. It was pretty much just my forehead. See, there's my forehead.
I mean, I
just couldn't get the angle.
I have to say, some celebrities have a Twitter handle like Willie Geist Hair. I mean, that would be a perfect selfie if you had that Twitter handle.
Maybe I'm onto something.
Like Angelina Jolie's leg. You could have your own thing going. But I have to say, you really nailed the angle. You always have to take a selfie from above. Which you learn the hard way.
Yes.
Below, double
lot
chin.
Of neck. Lot
exactly.
Of neck. Okay.
So you
there it is.
There it is.
It's about all he wants to see of me anyway, so that's perfect.
So, you got to, the angle's really important. You always have to take it from above, and the lighting's really important, too.
So the bigger question, though, to me is why the selfie? What's the idea behind the selfie? What are you trying to tell me by sending out a picture of yourself?
I think social media for a lot of people is about self-identity and expression. So for a lot of people, they get a lot of validation from people liking or commenting on a photo of them. I do think, though, that the key to the selfie is moderation.
Yes, I couldn't agree more with that.
I'm also, I'm not a big fan of the puckered lips or the duck face, if you will.
Right.
I think there are times. Oh yes,
this one.
That's exactly right. So that's a bad selfie. Don't do the duck face, the self-hand. But there's a time and place for it. If you get a new haircut, if you're in a great place, if you want to show off to your friends.
Show your friends.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. All right, our next one. About the dating world. Here's the question. You've just had a date with someone new. When is it okay to friend them without looking too anxious? Now, this used to be, when do I call them after the first date? When do you friend somebody after a first date, or do you?
It's funny because now with social media, there's all these kind of new steps, definitive steps in relationships. For me, my general rule of Facebook friending is that I have to have a few meaningful encounters with someone before they can be a Facebook friend. So for me, first date, not really enough.
Okay, for the control room, we only have a minute left here. I'm going to jump ahead to the end, our last one, because this is one we've been talking about, the reply all.
The dreaded reply all.
You say when you ask around, this is the biggest complaint people have.
That's right. I tweeted out, biggest email pet peeve, #1, everyone said reply all. It's, have you ever been on an email where you introduced 2 people and then they continue to reply all for you on every Thursday at 9, 10, coffee? You're like, please, people, just drop me from the thread I introduced you.
You're like, I was the matchmaker. I don't need to go on the date with you.
That's
this
exactly right.
I think at some point when you send out a mass email, you almost have to say, please only reply to me, so that everyone's not seeing every reply.
That's right. And inevitably, you still have someone who replies all, and then they send out another reply all apologizing for their reply all. So if you, make a gaffe and send a reply all, no need for the second reply all apology to everyone.
If you're in the hole, stop digging. Randy Zuckerberg, thanks so much. I'm going to work on those selfies. We'll talk again.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Thanks, Randy.